All right, guys, by popular request, I'm bringing behind the scenes of the Farm Animal Sanctuary. Bear with me. I am used to projecting my voice, and I have a mic right here. So I might be screaming at you. I apologize. But I'm going to bring you behind the scenes because I keep getting questions about the farm animals and about the rescue animals. And I'll be honest, a part of me is very hesitant to make the rescue animals and the farm animals part of my job and commit to any kind of regular content. There she is. Fernie already knows we're coming that way. But I wanted to bring you behind the scenes. You guys are continuously supporting the sanctuary by liking, subscribing, commenting, your donations, your super chats, everything goes into that. So I wanted to, once a week, show you what's going on the farm with the animals. And I'll try to get some more behind the scenes stuff throughout the week and put it together in a video. But today I'm just going to introduce you to the goats, or not just, introduce you to the goats. And the horses are watching. I think they're a little jealous. They want to be the stars. Do you guys want to at least say hi? All right, guys, let's go into the barn. So we have to go through the barn so we don't get electrocuted. Come with me. So that is Fernie. And you have some of our bachelors in the background, the chickens that are saying hi. These guys are a little bit more friendly. Fernie likes to keep to herself. But it actually all started with Fernie. I'm nervous to go over because everyone's going to bug her and she's trying to sleep. Hi, Fernie. Not easy to film with these guys. But I actually saw Fernie, the white goat that's sleeping right there, that's lying down. She was posted on Kijiji as a, what's it called, a cull, C-U-L-L. And that's any goat within the commercial dairy industry that doesn't suit their needs, or as Sandy, what happened with Sandy, is no longer producing enough milk. These guys are the boys. So boys, from the time they're born, they're taken from their moms after they have colostrum. And they have two options, basically, is they're sold for meat, they're grown out a bit and sold for meat, or they end up somewhere like here. So the four boys were all brought at the farm when they were just like wee little guys, bottle babies.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! I know, you don't feel good yet, baby. You're just a little guy, Mercury. It's okay. You're just a little guy. Good boy. Oh, careful.
And yes, these are massive horns that they have, except for Presley. He's what's called polled. So he was born without the ability to grow horns. And then the girls would have had them removed at the commercial dairy farm. At commercial dairy farms, what they'll do, burn the horns right off. Like they have these little tiny nubs of horns. They'll burn them right off from the time that they are just a couple days old. So the two girls would have had horns, but they were removed when they were just babies at the farm. So what ended up happening is I saw Fernie on Kijiji. We had just bought the farm and she had a big purple C on her bum, meaning that she was being called. She was being called because her teats weren't what were desired. So they said it wasn't good for what they wanted her for and needed her for in the commercial dairy industry. So she was being called. If she didn't find a home, she would have gone for meat, and she was at a price that probably would have gone for meat. Now, when we went to get Fernie, the farmer's daughter was passionate about a goat named Sandy, who is currently cuddling with my photographer. So she can't apparently be in this. There we go. There's Sandy. The farmer's daughter was really passionate about Sandy. She was also being called. And the farmer's daughter had said, you know, she doesn't get a home. I'm afraid of what will happen to her. Hi, Fern. So are you willing to take Sandy with you? And on top of that, they also sent us home with these boys. Freddie and Mercury. Yes, after the singer of Queen. And they were just little guys. They're about that big. They lived in our back room when they first came, and they were bottle raised. Would be with their mom for about 24 hours before they're removed because they need the colostrum, which is for their immune system. However, they don't want the babies to be taking the milk that humans need. Hi, guys. So anyway, our sanctuary actually started with taking in 4 goats when it was just supposed to be 1 and Fernie. But how do you say no? How do you say no? How do you say no, guys? Yes. And you'll have to stay tuned. So I'll tell you how we got Elvis and Prezi. So the 2 white goats are Elvis and Presley. I'll fill you in on how we got them as well because they're a completely different story from a different farm. Hi, Fern! And Fernie's always dealt with some issues with her feet. She actually came here on stilts about that high. We had our farrier work overtime to get Fernie where she could even walk. It was really sad when we first got her. She could barely walk. And because of how she was treated and her feet weren't being done at the facility she was at, she's developed a lot of arthritis in her knees. So this is Fernie here. She's developed a lot of arthritis in her knees. Guys, watch those horns because of how bad her feet were. So Fernie's so good. She's such a sweetheart. And the boys chewed her beard off. Poor Fern. You want to say hi? Oh, the boys just walk into you. Hi, guys. So when you support the channel through super chats, through liking, through sharing, through commenting, everything goes back to helping the animals that we've given a home to and to being able to help more one day, because ultimately my goal is to be able to save and rescue more animals. I would love one day to be able to afford a property that's like 100 acres and be able to save a bunch of cows, more goats, more sheep, and just give a safe landing to animals that otherwise would have met an end that they didn't deserve. Because these guys, their only thing they did was be born male, so the industry didn't want them. The only thing Fernie did was have the wrong type of teats, and the only thing Sandy did was her milk production went down at 2 years old. And so all of them found themselves without homes through no fault of their own. And there's so many thousands and probably millions of animals just like them just in Canada alone. So thank you for hanging out for our first video of the goats. Actually, I think it's the second video I've had the sanctuary. But thank you for hanging out, and I'll work on getting some behind the scenes stuff throughout the week so that you can get to know them a little bit better. See you in the next one. Sandy, what do you think? Do you think we did good? Do you think it was a good video?